Hey Tim, congrats on your engagement. I didn't think you would get married ahead of me.
Thank you. Good luck to you too.
Shut up. Don't be rude to your sister. So, what's your fiancé like?
She is pretty and kind. I do have some concerns about her though.
Huh? What concern?
Well, I'll tell you about it next time.
Is that something you can't say right away?
It's not.
I haven't been able to see you for a while because you're always busy. I wanted to see you.
I'm sorry. I tried my best to find a way, but I'm so busy.
I see, you're in a tough spot. By the way, Mom baked brownies for you again. Also, your uncle has a wedding gift for you.
Really?
Don't you have time to go to Mom's house to pick it up? Otherwise, I'll have to bring it to you again.
I'm really busy at work these days. I would appreciate it if you could bring them to my house.
Well, if you ask me. Thank your big sister.
Thank you so much. You still have the key to my house, don't you?
Yes, I have it. I can unlock the door and leave it in the hallway, right?
Please do so. I think I'll be working overtime every day next week. I really appreciate it.
Okay. I know you're busy at work, but take care of yourself too. I hope I don't burn out before your wedding day.
I know. Well, thank you again.
Yep, talk to you later then. I'll bring the stuff to your house today.
What? Today? My room could be very messy.
That's just the way it always is, isn't it? I'll clean it up for you if I have time.
No, that's fine. You don't have to do that. You are doing me a big favor just by bringing them to my house.
Well, okay. All right, I'll just unlock the door and leave the stuff there then. You deserve it. What? Who are you? How did you get my number? No way, you're Megan. Yeah, it's Tim's fiancé. I'm shocked that some random skank was in my fiancé's house without permission. I'm surprised that Tim is messing with an ugly girl like you. What are you talking about? I mean, you're way out of line to hit me all of a sudden. It's your fault for overreacting and losing consciousness. I had to call an ambulance. I really didn't want to do that because it would have caused a big scene. No, you're the one who hit me in the first place. I have a wedding coming up. Do you know how I feel finding out that he was cheating on me? I had to beat the hell out of you. This is a huge misunderstanding. I mean, aren't you going to apologize? What? An apology? I was beaten by you because you thought Tim was cheating on you, and I was taken to the emergency room. You did such a terrible thing and not a single apology to me? What a joke you are. You're the one who should apologize. The girl he was having an affair with deserved to be beaten. You and Tim are both to blame. You're overreacting for nothing. Don't play the victim. Just talk to Tim. By the way, I checked your phone and got this number while you were passed out. I saw that you were exchanging messages with Tim the whole time. Unbelievable. Did you look at my phone without permission? You're unbelievable. I was so angry that I punished him as well. What? Don't tell me you hit Tim too. How could I do that? How can a woman win over a man through physical strength? I decided to do some mental damage to him. What? What do you mean? You're creeping me out. After you were taken away in the ambulance, I made a mess in his house. I smashed all his dishes, TV, and furniture, and I left his room. Now he'll be sorry and won't do this again. You're the worst. Breaking things in someone's house is a crime. I mean, when you hit me, that was already a crime. You, Tim's secret girlfriend, how does it feel to be sent to the hospital by me? It's your fault for messing with someone else's man, so don't report anything. I am Tim's sister. What? Come on, I've been telling you to listen to me for a while. And I told you to talk to Tim. What? You're his sister? Huh? Really? Yeah, really. So I told you to talk to him. But I can't allow you to continue to act out of line any longer. That's enough. Why didn't you tell me at the start? Are you kidding me? Come to think of it, Tim may have mentioned that he has a sister. Is that also why you had the key to his house? Yes! He told me not to come to his house. I was shocked that he gave the keys to another girl. Have I done something bad? It's bad no matter what you think. You seem mortified to learn that I'm his sister. But when he hears that his dear sister was beaten by you, he is bound to be furious. I called him earlier and he was quite angry. What? Did you call Tim? Why did you do that? Why not? That's a given. You beat me up and put me in the hospital. Well, it would be a bad idea to tell Tim about it. What's bad is not what I told him. It's what you did. I'm sorry I hit you, but I was in a panic. You understand, right? I only had a key to his house to bring stuff to him. I didn't know you were going there. Besides, Tim told me that he told you not to go to his house. I was just cleaning his room for him. What brought you to his house in the first place? He said he's been busy with work lately and hasn't seen me at all, so I was worried. So you ignored his request, made a copy of the key, and entered his house without telling him? He said he didn't want to let you in because his room was too messy. Is that so? Besides, if you had seen text messages between him and I, you would know that. He really is too busy with work to even show up at my parents' house for a bit. So I went to his house to bring him stuff. He is really busy. How can you not trust your partner even before you get married? I didn't know that. You should have trusted him. So you're done. Done? What do you mean? Tim is also completely disgusted by your behavior. I'm also reporting this incident to the police. Tim wouldn't want to be with a woman like you. What? So, what about our wedding? Of course that would be called off, duh. Tim seems to have just got back to his house now. He's pretty shocked right about now. It was just, I was distraught at the time. I lost myself. My brother says you're psycho and scary. He says he called the police. I'm sure he will file a damage report too. Tim called the police. Why would he do that? He won't answer my calls. Of course, that's because he's disgusted by you, right? And you even took the money that was in his house. Am I wrong? Well, I did it on an impulse, as a punishment to him. You're too much to handle. No, I'm not. You know the word jealousy, right? My boyfriend, my fiancé, had a random girl in his house. It's normal to think he was cheating on me. If I got into that situation, I'd ask the person who she is first. You literally just started beating the crap out of me. And you smashed his room. You're insane. We're both completely disgusted by you. Hey, you don't have to say that much. I was desperate. I was worried that Tim didn't like me anymore. Our wedding is coming up soon, so I wanted to make sure how he was feeling about me. Doesn't matter. What you did was way out of line. You should have had a proper talk with him, instead of sneaking into his house and beating up his sister. I guess so. Now I understand why Tim didn't want to tell me much about you. What do you mean? I think he sensed your psychopathic tendencies. I think he is terrified of your psycho jealousy and mental instability. Don't call me a psycho! Are you mocking me? I can't believe you made a copy of his house key and snuck into his room. And you just beat up a random woman you've never seen. Those actions are clearly not the behavior of a normal person. I was panicking. Oh, I see. Well, you can say whatever you want. This is no longer my concern. I'm not going to have any further contact with you after this. No, you're going to be my sister-in-law. Let's be friends from now on. What? Have you gone even crazier? I wasn't crazy from the beginning. Your initial impression of me was terrible, but trust me, I will get better. So let's be good friends from now on. That's not possible. My first impression of you was beyond just bad. You're just a violent criminal. Criminal? What do you mean? I'm going to be your sister-in-law, okay? Don't you think you should be a little more gentle with me? Yeah, I don't think you will be my sister-in-law. Huh? I didn't want this to come out of me. But I don't think Tim has any intentions of marrying you anymore. Are you kidding me? That can't be true. We're getting married. You got engaged to him only because you decided to do so on your own and reported it to your employer. And you forced him to meet your parents. So it seems Tim just gave up because he felt he had no choice. But this whole mayhem seems to have made him rethink too. Who told you that? Tim didn't say that, did he? Who else do you think is there? Why did Tim tell you that? Why hasn't he contacted me? Are you guys dating? Oh, come on, don't be crazy. Tim and I are sister and brother. You should at least admit a little that you're crazy. No matter how impatient you were to get married, this is too much. I love him so much I can't help it, can I? Don't use love as an excuse. Let me just be clear. What you do is simply too much for anyone. Both Tim and I are filing a police report. I hope they give you the proper punishment. What? Really? Wait, don't do that. I mean, let me talk to Tim. You go tell him that. I don't want anything to do with a pathologically jealous psycho like you. Your loved one ran away from you because he found out you were a psycho. It's your own fault. You should reflect well and pay for your sins. Their wedding was called off and their engagement was canceled. Megan had seriously injured Tim's sister Carly. And when the police filed a damage report, Megan was arrested. In addition, Megan was sued for ruining Tim's house. And she finally understood he had absolutely no intention of getting back together with her. That made Megan even more despaired. Of course, she was made to pay for all his property that she had broken. And Megan's parents were furious when they heard what had happened. She was cut off from them as well. In the end, Tim didn't have to marry a crazy psycho woman. He credits this to his sister Carly. Also, Carly could stop him from marrying some crazy woman. She's also happy to save her family. Carly is hoping to meet a nice guy and get married. But so far, there are no signs of that at all, which is a shame.